Thanks, Brett. Topping your consumer news, newly released notes from the Federal Reserve's July meeting show support for a rate hike that could be growing. They state, quote, many participants assess that policy tightening would likely be necessary if inflation did not decline. Rates are steady for now because 9 voting members overruled 3 who voted for a hike last month. The Fed's goal is to slow inflation to around 2% while protecting the labor market. New Fed Chair Kevin Warsh is a Trump appointee, and the president made an unprecedented push for rate cuts earlier this year. Such a reduction could ease the burden of the national debt, which the Treasury Department says just passed $40 trillion. And that number can feel hard to grasp, but economists warn that cost of carrying that debt could put upward pressure on borrowing rates and leave Washington with less money for other priorities. Ivan Rodriguez explains how the debt grew so large and why it matters to your bottom line.
$40 trillion. The U.S. national debt crossing that mark for the first time, adding the last $1 trillion in less than 5 months, according to Treasury Department data.
We're going to have to grow our way out of this.
The debt reflects decades of tax cuts and spending under both parties, plus rising Social Security, Medicare, and interest costs.
This is a bad report card for the state of fiscal management or money management on the part of the federal government. It signifies that the U.S. owes more and more because it is not taking in enough money in tax revenues to pay for ongoing needs.
With a higher debt load, the interest payments are exploding, now becoming the nation's second biggest expenditure after Social Security.
Interest payments on the debt are becoming larger and larger, surpassing $1.2 trillion, and that's creating a snowball effect.
That can mean higher mortgage and car loan rates and make it harder for businesses to borrow, invest, and grow. The Treasury Department says it is doubling buybacks of some longer-term bonds to ease pressure on the market and bring interest rates down. President Donald Trump called on the Federal Reserve to further lower rates to make the debt easier to service.
They should drop interest rates. We have the best credit, and we'd pay off the debt very easily, very quickly.
But economic analyst Mark Hamrick says that's not likely.
The lower interest rates would mean the cost of debt goes lower. That's not a solution the Federal Reserve is interested in satisfying.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.